What's up guys, welcome back from the YgoPro duel video. A new archetype was revealed earlier today. It's called, and I hope I pronounced it right, Adamatia. It's a very straightforward archetype. When I first read the cards I was like, oh, this seems promising, but actually playtesting, I was like, the deck definitely has some weaknesses, a lot of weaknesses. It feels quite slow, and it's definitely missing some cards. This is my current build, earning 42 cards, by the way. So there is definitely room for improvement. The thing is, here with this deck, there are a couple of level 4 monsters, and the 2 level 2 monsters, those are pretty much your starters. The deck is very, well, it's based on, you know, like rock-type monsters, and it's like a combination between Sylvans and Quakimeru, I guess, in some way. The 2 level 2s basically have the effect that it's like a TG striker, as you know what I mean. Like, you have the ability to special summon them from your hand if you control an Adamatia on your side of the field. And then both the level 2s and the level 4, the tuner as well, the most left one, the earth one, they all have like the ability that when they are on the field you can excavate the top 5 cards from your deck, so very similar to Sylvans like the Curry Bandit, and then depending on which one, you can special summon like a rock type monster that's not a tuner. So that's very important, not being able, at least not being able to summon a tuner. And that's where the synchros come into play. Your synchros, the level 6 one adds something from your deck to the hand, also excavate 5. The other one, the wind one, is like a DD Crow, and the level 8 one is like a negation card. It negates stuff like a Heraklinos-alike card. Although your synchros will only get a quick play effect, so during your opponent's turn, if you have the appropriate attribute in your graveyard. So the fire one adds something, like excavate 5, like a pot of duality, I can say, for like the archetype. But during your opponent's turn, it is like a Monster Reborn effect, but it only will get the Monster Reborn effect if you have the Fire Adamatia in your graveyard. And, they're pretty much like eggs, the Fire one, the Water one, the Green one. They're just basic monsters, no tuner, but those are the ones you want to excavate. So reveal with your level 2 tuners, for example, because, well, you have the option to special summon them. And that's important, since that will give you free bodies on your side of the field for your level synchro, or at least level 6 synchro plays. So depending on, well, both the fire and both the wind one are definitely good. The advantage of the level 6 wind one is that it could extend your plays. Again, just like the fire one, it excavates 5 from the top of your deck, but your wind one has the ability to special summon any, I believe, any rock type revealed. So that can also be a tuner, and that's a huge difference between, let's say, the level 2 tuners, which again are not able to special summon a tuner from the deck when, excavated. So again, extending the plays. They also have a Monster Reborn. This one, Monster Reborn will, like summon any Adamatia from your graveyard, and then at the same time stack something to the top of your deck. So again, pretty much extending your plays. You can pretty much choose which card you want to excavate with, let's say, either your Synchro, the Pot of Duality, or again your, well, the Fire Synchro that is, or the Wind Synchro that again could potentially extend your plays to special summon another one. And most of the time you want to special summon your level 4 tuner, which is basically a Cyber Dragon as well. The Appaloosa was following up, by the way, here. So again, Needle Fiber is okay, I guess. It's, well, okay, you can special summon a level 2 tuner here in this case, or yeah, 3, but most of the time 2, for the potential level 6 synchro play. But I feel Needle Fiber is just there for, like Link upgrading. Nibiru is a given. I mean, it's a rock, and this deck might seem a little bit favoring, at least I might favor going second, that is, because of the because of Shadow Fusion, of course, because of Nibiru's. You can definitely slap in Evenly Matched as well if you want. Instant Fusion also. I mean, those are all definitely cards that let you go second. And let alone the Analyzer, the card you see here, is like the Cyber Dragon. Well, if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon it from your hand. And again, it also can excavate 5 cards on top of your deck. So that again extends your plays and are all additional factors that might lean towards this deck being able to go second. Bulb is in here because of Shaggy Naga, right? Needle Fiber as well. And you could opt to go for Naturia Beast, I guess, but you need to play other cards because of that. Since again the level 4 Earth is a tuner. Anyway, the field spell feels okay, but it's not really the field spell you want to, let's say, slap in a 3 in the main deck and slap in terraforming as well, like, let's say, invoked. You definitely want to open with your field spell. But it does have some gimmicky things, is that the field spell, not really that big of a deal. It gives your monsters like Adamatia monsters like an extra attack and defense boost of 500, so that's okay. But the second effect is where it's at. It's very similar to Sylvan, the Sylvan field spell, although this Adamatia field spell lets you stack the top 5 cards of your deck. So very similar to Painful Choice, just pick 5 Adamatia cards, put them on the top of your deck. So with this, you can potentially, you know, with the, and that's something I haven't mentioned yet, is the water synchro. The level 8 is definitely a good one, a generic one, that has the ability to negate spells and traps during your opponent's turn for free. But small downside is you have to control, at least you have to have like a water monster in your graveyard. So that can be Needle Fiber, that can be Theseus as well, that can be the level 4 Adamatia. So those are all, well, it's not that hard. On top of that, it's also like a Brionek-alike card. Again, Excavate 5 if you activate a level 8 Synchro Water Monster. Excavate 5, and then it has like a compulsory evacuation device effect for every Adamatia card you like excavated. You can bounce back cards from your opponent. So that's cool. You could potentially bounce back Colossus or whatever. So, you know, free the path and eventually attack for a game. So the archetype is definitely good. It bypasses some weaknesses of other archetypes, like playing around, let's say, decks that prevent adding cards from your deck to your hand, and the addition, you know, like it can reborn stuff. The archetype is a DD Crow Synchro, so there is definitely potential. Even though the deck can definitely break, since it's somewhat based on being lucky in some way, even though you obviously have some control with the field spell, with the Adamatia built-in monsters as well that let them stack themselves. But again, you're somewhat relying on luck. Again, excavating like a regular monster, which can be special summoned. So there is definitely some luck involved. Only one negation left here with the Red Ice Dragon, and probably, yeah, I think the Shaddoll fusion should have been negated, right? But again, I had enough place, I guess, with the double tuners, which again leaves me excavating like 10 cards in total, with the potential special summons of any level 4 regular rock monster. So there's again definitely potential or extra place to go for the Boral Sword, and if Red Ice Dragon already would have activated, going for the Easel Boral Sword would have been GG already. So yeah, but again, in the long run, not going to matter too much going for the Suicide, and this should, well, not game, I guess, but I have the DD Crow live, I have the Monster Reborn effect live, Boral Sword can put something in defense, and a potential Shaddoll fusion ready for next turn, so yeah, this should have been, or would have been my duel, I guess. So the archetype is promising, it does have a lot of weaknesses, it's somewhat luck dependent, I feel you might want to go second. The trap cards, the archetype has like a Divine Red Infinity Barrier-alike card, but the problem is that you might want to go second, and you know, like having those traps isn't really too beneficial. The archetype also has like an Icarus attack that, you know, like you have to tribute Adamatia monsters from your side of the field, so that's fine, but again, going second it feels a little bit iffy, and the deck is already counting 42 cards. You might want to cut some monsters, then again, you want to keep or increase the chances of, you know, excavating those monsters to be special summoned, so it feels a bit iffy, the card ratios. Dragon in the extra deck, the Red Ice Dragon, with of course the Muddy, what is it called? Muddy Dragon, the Synchro, level 6 Synchro. I like that. With Destrudo, has multiple you know, like additions, going for Needle Fiber, being an effect dragon, like Instant Fusion to go for the Baby Dragon fusion. It's an effect dragon, so with Muddy Dragon, it can go for Red Ice Dragon, or, you know, like the Dark Magician fusion, basically for more negations, giving this deck more power. And yeah, again, I like the Shaddoll engine, the small Shaddoll engine. I like the triple Instant Fusion, but, you know, there might be some more tech. Gigantus and Block Dragon, I've tested it out, but I mean, this isn't really the deck I feel, with at least the way I'm running it now, that can easily fill up the graveyard with multiple Earth monsters for Block Dragon, and that's something that just didn't work out, and I'm not a huge fan what is it called, like the level 2 that special summons from the deck, Doki Doki, that's the name. Again, it's just hand trap baits that will probably lose you the duel if your opponent has it. Fossil Dyna is an interesting tech. It's something that you can special summon as well. So like the Quakimerus, the Electromagnet Warriors are all definitely options. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.